What to do during an earthquake? If you are in an area that is experiencing an earthquake, it is important to take the following steps to protect yourself. Stay calm and try not to panic. If you are indoors, stay inside and take cover under a desk, table, or doorway. Avoid windows, as they can shatter and cause injuries. If you are in a bedroom, stay in the doorway or crawl under the bed. If you are outdoors, move away from buildings, power lines, and other structures that could fall or collapse. If you are in a crowded public place, such as a theater or shopping mall, stay where you are and take cover under a table or desk. If you are driving, pull over to the side of the road and stop your vehicle. Avoid overpasses, bridges, and tunnels, as they may collapse. Stay away from the coast if you are in a coastal area, as tsunamis may follow earthquakes. Do not use candles, matches, or other open flames during an earthquake, as gas lines may have been damaged and there is a risk of fire. If you are in a high-rise building, stay away from windows and do not use elevators. After the shaking stops, check yourself and others for injuries and seek medical attention if necessary. Be prepared for aftershocks, as they can occur without warning and may cause additional damage. It is important to have a plan in place for how to respond to an earthquake, as it can happen without warning and you need to be prepared to take quick action to protect yourself. How to prepare for an earthquake? Here are some steps you can take to prepare for an earthquake. Create an emergency supply kit and make sure everyone in your household knows where it is. Your kit should include enough non-perishable food and water for at least 3 days, a flashlight, a first aid kit, and other essential supplies. Secure heavy items, such as bookcases and appliances, to the walls or floor to prevent them from falling over during an earthquake. Identify the safest places in your home to take cover during an earthquake, such as under a desk or table or in a doorway. Make a plan for how you will communicate with your family or household in the event of an earthquake. Learn how to turn off the gas, water, and electricity in your home in case of damage to the utilities during an earthquake. Familiarize yourself with your community's emergency response plans and evacuation routes. Consider purchasing earthquake insurance to protect your home and belongings. Stay informed about earthquakes and emergency response by listening to local news and weather reports and following the instructions of emergency responders. Can we prevent earthquakes? It is not possible to completely prevent earthquakes from occurring. Earthquakes are caused by the movement of the Earth's crust, which is a result of the internal processes that are constantly taking place within the Earth. These processes are driven by the movement of the Earth's tectonic plates, which float on the molten rock, magma, that lies beneath the Earth's crust. Why do aftershocks happen, and do they happen every time there is an earthquake? Aftershocks are smaller earthquakes that occur after a larger earthquake, or the main shock. They are caused by the same movement of the Earth's crust that caused the main shock, but they occur as the ground adjusts to the changes that took place during the main shock. Aftershocks can occur anywhere within the area that was affected by the main shock and can continue for days, weeks, or even months after the main shock. The number and size of the aftershocks generally decreases over time, but they can still be strong enough to cause additional damage to structures that were already weakened by the main shock. It is not uncommon for aftershocks to occur after an earthquake, but they are not guaranteed to happen every time. The likelihood of aftershocks depends on various factors, including the size and depth of the main shock, the type of fault that caused the earthquake, and the geology of the region. It is important to be prepared for aftershocks, as they can occur without warning and may cause additional damage. If you are in an area that has experienced an earthquake, it is a good idea to take precautions such as staying away from damaged buildings, wearing protective gear, and having a plan in place for how to respond to additional earthquakes or aftershocks.